Hello everyone, welcome back to the Java tutorial series. In this video, we are going to learn about multi-level inheritance in Java. We will understand what it is, how it works, and we will also see an example to understand how inheritance can occur across multiple levels. Okay, so what is multi-level inheritance? Okay, so multi-level inheritance is a type of inheritance in which inheritance happens through different levels, multiple levels. Okay, a class inherits from a parent class, then another class inherits from a child class, creating a chain of inheritance. Okay, so let's say here we have one class, then another class will be inherited from first class, then again another class will get inherited from this class. So this is like multi-level, level 1, level 2, level 3. It might increase also. Okay, so this is the example of multi-level. So what it is telling, multi-level inheritance is a type of inheritance where class inherits from another class and third class inherits from second class. Okay, it forms a chain of inheritance. See, chain of inheritance. One class is inherited, second, and then third, like that. So each child class becomes the parent of the next class. So the second class is also a child class but became parent for the third class. Okay, so multi-level inheritance is a type of inheritance in which inheritance happens through multiple levels. Okay, so a class inherits from a parent class and then another class inherits from the child class. Okay, so let's see the structure of multi-level inheritance. So here in this example, we can see person is the parent class. Okay, this is parent class. Then employee class is inheriting from person class. So this is child class. Now it became parent class. It became parent class for manager class. Since manager is inheriting from employee class. Okay. So the manager can access the accessible member of employee and accessible member of person, both. So manager can access the accessible members of both person and employee class. Okay, so think of it like we have person class person. Now in this class we have properties and behavior, and another class employee extends person. Why? Because it is child class of person class. Then here properties and behavior of employee class plus it can access the properties and behavior of person class here. Now class manager extends employee. Why employee? Because manager's current parent is employee. Then properties and behavior of manager class. So manager can access this manager class will have properties and behavior of employee class. And employee class will have properties and behavior of person class. So the person class has property and behavior that is transferred from person to employees. So employee has the person behavior of person class. Similarly, manager has property and behavior of employee class. So we can say manager has access to property and behavior of employee class as well as property and behavior of person class. Why? Because whatever property and behavior employee is having, or else we can say like this. Okay, forget about this. Forget. Just remember, like manager having access of property and behavior of employee class. And what property and behavior employee has? Employee already has property and behavior of person class. In addition with these, it has its own property and behavior. So this property and behavior automatically reside here. We don't need to define, but we can access it. So manager indirectly have the property and behavior of employee and property and behavior of person class accessibility. So this is what is structure of multi-level. Why we are calling multi-level? Because here levels are different. One parent class, then one child class is again becoming parent, and another child class is getting inherited from this parent class. Okay. So what will be the syntax? So parent class person will have this class. Then again we will have employee class, which is the child class of person class. Then another manager class, which is child class of employee. So this is the syntax. So this creates a multi-level inheritance hierarchy. Okay. So let's go to IntelliJ and see this example. Okay. So let me create one class. What class I will create? Person. Okay. In this person class, okay, let me create classes first. Person, then employee, then we will be having one more class called manager. Okay. So what is the naming convention for class? Capital letter. First letter should be capital. Okay. So we have three classes: person, employee, and manager. How it is related? So person is the parent class. Okay, parent class. So I will write one method. Let's say void display person. What it will do? It will simply print. Okay, person class. Okay. Now inside employee is inherited from person class, so we will use extends person. Now this method will define one more method for this class also, employee. Void display employee. Okay, what it will do? It will just print employee class. Now manager is inherited from employee class. So what we will do here? Extends employee, and I will write one method void display manager. What I will write in this method? Will print manager class. Okay, so now manager is getting inherited from employee is getting inherited from person, and person is the parent class. So this is the multi-level hierarchy. Now I will create an object of the child class. Manager is the child. Who is the parent of manager? Employee. Who is the parent of employee? Person. Now I will create the child class object manager equals to new manager. Okay, so we created an object of manager. Now we will call all those methods from manager class object. Why? Because manager is child and it will have the properties and behavior from all parents. Okay, so we will call all the behavior of both employee and person. So manager dot, what is the method name of current parent? Display employee. So display employee. What is the, okay, we will run this one first. So employee class means current parent. Now we will try to get the access of parents parent behavior. Okay, so what was the method name? Display person. So we will run again and we'll verify whether the child object can access parents parent behavior or not. Yes, child class can have the accessibility of parent class employee as well as the employee's parent, that is person class. Okay, and it can call his own method, its own method. What is its own method? Display manager. Okay, so along with the methods being inherited, it can call its own method, that is manager class. Okay, so how it works means, when inheritance occurs through multiple classes, the final child class inherits all the accessible members from every class in the inheritance chain. That's what we have seen just now. Okay, so person is the parent class, employee inherits from person. Okay, person is parent, employee inherits from person, manager inherits from employee, employee. So manager is the what? Final child class. So manager object can access accessible members from every class, whether it is employee, whether it is person. Okay, so whatever class in the inheritance chain, the final child class can access all those accessible members. Manager automatically gets access to the accessible members of both person and employee class. And also, apart from the inherited methods, manager can also define its own method. We have seen with the examples. Now, let's say some real life examples. So, a real life example is vehicle, car, and electrical car. So, vehicle is the parent class, car is child class. Then again, car became parent class, and electric car is the final child class. So, every electric car is a car, and every car is a vehicle. Why I am saying is a, because inheritance follow is a relationship. So we can say electric car is a car is a vehicle. Okay, we can say, right, is a relationship. Electric car is a car is a vehicle. Therefore, electric car inherits common features from both vehicle and car. Okay, and apart from the inherited methods, it can have its own method, that is charge battery. So electric car will have drive, start as well as charge battery. Charge battery is its own method, whereas drive and start are the inherited methods. What are the advantages of multi-level inheritance? So multi-level inheritance allows us to build application in a structured way. So common functionality is written once. Okay, you can think of like whatever the common code, it will be pulled out to the parent class, and whatever the additional different functionality, that will be left behind into the child class. Think like that. So it will increase the reusability. So whatever common code we have taken in the parent class, it will increase reusability. It will reduce duplicate code, and it will organize classes in a logical hierarchy, and it makes program easier to extend and maintain. So whenever we want to extend the program with different classes, it will be easier. And we are following object-oriented design. So there are some important points. Okay, we should use the extends keyword for multi-level inheritance. So extends keyword is used for inheritance. Okay, it supports inheritance across multiple levels. Java allows multi-level inheritance. Okay, constructors are not inherited. We have seen in the video. Okay, private members are not directly accessible. What does it mean? We cannot access directly private members. Instead, with the help of getter and setter, we can utilize the private members. Method overriding can occur at any level. Yeah, that is correct. So the property and behavior of parent class, which we want to modify and update, so those things we will update, will override in the current class. Okay, so let's quickly summarize what we have learned so far. So multi-level inheritance forms a chain of inheritance. One class inherits from another, which itself inherits from another. Like we, okay. So the final child class gains access to accessible members from all parent classes in the chain, and it improves code reusability and the application design. That's all for this video. I hope you understood the concept of multi-level inheritance, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.